So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name is Moni Ajani, and I said I was gonna start a wedding prep vlog series. I'm doing an Insta live because I'm gonna be my wedding planner on the show today, but I'm also gonna do like a 1 to 5 minutes video at the end of this week to put up my first vlog and talk about how the wedding planning process has been so far and how I would love to make it better, So the number one thing I talked about when I was talking about the wedding planning process is this. Number one, you need to know your floor plan. Have a floor plan. What's your picture? How do you want to picture that day? You have to, before you call your planner, your friends, your this, your that. Okay, number one, first have a man. But have a picture of what you want to talk about or what you want to see for that day. Envision it and swallow that vision in total. Number two is cut your coat according to your material. There's so many labels out there. Let me say, there's so many Instagram labels out there. And these labels will do you very good. I am telling you. These labels will do you so good. So I'm going to actually send, I know a couple of my friends wanted me to talk about this when, just trying to invite a couple of my friends to come on live. So one of the things that I talked about was a problem a lot of people have is they come on Instagram. Oh my God, this wedding is so nice. Oh my God, this wedding is so nice. And when you send a DM to the vendor brings you back to reality. Oh, it is 2.1 million. Oh, it's 1.2 million. Oh, it's 500,000. Oh, it's 600,000. Now the question is, does this vendor fit into the vision board that you've already had for your wedding? Now the first thing I'll tell you to do is get a wedding planner. Not a person first. Not a person first, but first, what do you call it? How will I put it? Have a plan in mind. Now, so when I say have a wedding plan, I'm talking about get a book. There are books. I'm going to show you my wedding plan, actually. I am going to show you the book. I'm just trying to remove it carefully from where I put it. So this was it's called Daydreamer. So I got this book for $5. It was on sale that day and I got it. And it really helped me plan. So the first thing I did, I'm going to show you step by step. So the first thing I did, it was a 2017-2018 planner, but it had 2019 dates. So the first thing I did was to write my wedding plan. Start from the colors. What colors did you have in mind? Now, as the bride, it is very important that you carry your groom along. But I have a plan. So the first thing I did was to write my plan, my own wedding plan. So what I did was, okay, I will choose my color I'll choose the color for the engagement. I allowed him to choose the color for the reception. The reason why you want to be more open is because even though both of you are the ones that are gonna talk about the wedding or be the wedding or whatever, he too has to like what you are bringing to the table. Now, this is not one shoe size fits all. If your groom is saying, babe, I don't want to hear anything about wedding, I want to go all ahead to just enjoy myself for my wedding, please take the liberty, enjoy yourself, do whatever you need to do. If your group is the type that is saying, you know what, I have to even be there when you are picking your eyelashes, then you do that. You don't, because of oh, I'm just trying to be let both of you sit and talk about it. Number two thing you talk about is the budget. My people, talk about that budget first. Now, part of the reasons why I'm talking about this, is one of the first things you should do, is because when you write down a plan, every time, even when you forget, even when you think that, oh, all these Instagram vendors are trying to like sway your mind, you are able to go back and say, this is what I did. This is what I had in mind. I must not go past this. Now, write down the dates. The date is very important, but if you've not chosen the dates, then you can write that after. But at the first thought, write down your dates or the date that you had in mind. And the last thing is this, your guest number. Now, this is where there's a tussle when it is a Nigerian party. You know there'll be the invited guests, there'll be the semi-invited guests, and there'll be the uninvited guests. So how do you want to do it? So have a number that you can stretch to and you can reduce to. Do you understand? So it is very important that you do that. Write it down. Write it down. Now, the next thing I did is to write down all the items I need as a person. So I wrote down from actual cake to makeup to engagement cake to videography to photography to the wedding cake to the decor to the bead to the sound to the reception dress to the wedding gown to DJ, hotel, cars, security, bouncers, MC, fascinators, suits, all the grooms and the groomsmen and bridesmaids outfits, shoes, hair, and all that. So I made sure I wrote all that down. Now, my wedding planner, she's amazing, but she says, I know you should go into this planning business. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I want us, every one of us, to learn from this process and actually understand that it's not just, how will I call it? It's not just that we should send invites to them, okay? So, you write all these things down. So, I made sure that I asked myself, how much I want to spend the most? Have a budget. Have a budget on what you want to spend on each item. To be very, very sincere, you'll be swayed up and down when you see all the fine things. You see beams and you're like, oh my god, beams. And you see shadia, like, oh my god, shadia. And you see nothing it is. And you see desolat soge. And you see, and your eyes are going everywhere. Now, my wedding plan, one of the things I told her about me is, when I tell you, sis, I am using Wale Adenuga for TV or for video, I have made up my mind before I came to meet you. So when you bring me another vendor, your vendor that you are bringing as the wedding planner has to beat whatever I've written down. He has to give me more, and it gotta be cheaper. Get deals, yeah. Get into, so there's so many what they call this thing. There's so many people that actually what they call this thing. There are so many people that actually go out of their way and throw their ideas out once their wedding planner comes in. Actually, it's like an A-list wedding planner. I'm sorry. We sit down together to write. So what I did was I had vendor 1 and I had vendor 2. I had a vendor that I really, really wanted to be part of my wedding. I had one couple of vendors, and immediately I spoke to her. And let me go back 1 minute. My wedding planner is Moni Ajani. She's the CEO of Mo Events VO. Moni and I went to primary school, and the last time I probably saw Moni was years ago. Moni had done wedding for some of my friends that we went to either primary school together or secondary school together or went to university together. And I had seen the work on Instagram. Put your stuff out, people. Like, if you do business or you do anything, put your stuff out. And I'm like, this is my wedding planner. I wanted someone that I'll be able to talk to without feeling that tension. You know how you want to talk to your wedding planner, but you're like, this auntie should not give me a bele. I wanted someone that I could be like, sis, I'm tired. Please do it. That was what I wanted. And I learned to learn, with her, I learned to learn how to trust. I can sleep tomorrow morning and not even have a meeting with Moni. I know that my wedding is going through all the way. She's detailed. So I will bring in Moni on the live so that I continue. So my first thing I tell you is, number one is cut your coat according to your size. Number two, have a plan and write it down in a plan book. Number three is have a vision for your wedding. So I'll bring my planner on. I'll be talking about a couple of details about the wedding. I like this pen. So does anybody have any questions? Hey sis.
Hello. How are you?
See, my wedding,
Good morning.
she's just forming gentle people. She's not gentle. Let me just tell you. Let me just put it out there so that y'all will know. She's not
Hi.
gentle, but she's very efficient. I'm telling you. Let me do my art very well. You didn't ask me why I'm wearing art early in the morning. Sis, don't even ask me. Don't even ask me.
What's happening?
Let me disgrace my hair that is undone it.
Oh,
So part of the things I wanted to talk about, and I knew that will come here, is when when a person calls you and says, "Oh, I want you to be my wedding planner," or let's not be hypothetical. When I called you and said, "Oh, Moni, I would love you to be my planner," what were the things that came to your mind?
you told me about the wedding like over a year now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like this wedding a long time coming.
Mm-hmm.
And what came to my mind with respect to what? To you or events generally or
Both. Like, what were the things that came to your mind? Like, okay, this person that I've not spoken to in all this while. Okay, so
what first came to my mind was that okay, she needed somebody that she's known for a while and that she could trust. And you had probably seen some of the things that I've done before then. If I recollect well, I think the first time you reached out, you made reference to one of our friends' wedding that I planned, and you asked a lot of questions. So I figured you didn't come out straight and say that we don't get married, but you asked questions, and then I just figured that that was going to be you. And I was happy because I enjoyed doing it. I mean, I enjoyed it. So it was to make now.
okay. So
Yeah.
for you, what were the how would I call it? So when we started planning the wedding, it was more or less like, okay, this is the planner I want, this is the this I want, this is the that I want. What are the misconceptions people actually do these days when it comes to the first 2 months of planning, starting their wedding plan? When is then another question I wanted to ask is, when is the how would I call it, that time process that you want someone to actually plan their wedding? Like, would you say 6 months enough? Would you say 5 months enough? Would you say 3 months is enough?
Well, depends on what an available if you have cash, you can get your venue. But of course, you understand that you get booked out of time. So,
Okay, so I can't hear you because I think your volume is something is going back and forth on it. Yeah,
can you hear
yeah, I
now?
can hear you now.
All right. I was explaining that 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, depending on okay, I said 3 months. If there's available cash, I mean, money makes things happen. So yes, that is very possible.
Mm-hmm.
Then and then okay, you might not get your preferred vendors because it might have been booked
Mm-hmm.
by the time you're reaching period. So I would advise 6 months. Yes, 6 months is okay.
6 months. Okay. So what comes to mind when it comes to vendor sorting? Because nowadays everybody's going to Instagram. Instagram is the business hub right now. But do you think what's the advantage and disadvantages of using Instagram vendors?
Instagram vendors. No, it's already. You know my thoughts about Instagram video. Well, Instagram is a very lovely platform. I mean, it's what our generation can relate with. It's a marketing tool. Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, Facebook, because people want to know what you've done before. They want to see what you've done
True.
before, and you've not seen me in years, and you probably see me till maybe a month to the wedding or so. So yes, you can trust me because, or you could trust me because you had seen something on Instagram and Facebook, and then you had gotten referrals from other people. So Instagram vendors, well, I'd say if you want to choose your vendors based on what you see on Instagram. I'm not sure that's nice. You should actually understand that there's life outside of Instagram. You can to clients that have used those people's services before, or vendors that are related with them, or go to their events, or find people to go for their events. And you should also understand that every event is unique. Everybody's wedding is unique. Your budget is different from my budget. What you want for your wedding is different from my wedding, and all of that. If you see, for example, decorator post something on Instagram, and then you judge that that's how he or she decorates for everybody, you might be meeting there because you don't know what he or she discussed with the client, or what the client said they wanted, or how, and then the decorator helped the client make it look that nice. But Instagram is actually good, but yeah.
So
So
for you, it's more or less you can use it, but step out of the box of the virtual world to ask real life people. Just like if you want to investigate somebody, you vet Instagram. Just look at mutual friends, mutual people that you have together, or connect people that like their pictures. Have you worked with this person before? That's how I kind of do it though. I ask.
Yes, I mean, word of mouth goes a very long way. If you just ask like 5 people and they say something similar, then you should know that something is wrong somewhere or something is right somewhere.
Okay, so I know you shuttle Lagos and Ibadan. So
yes,
and we know that Ibadan pricing is very, 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 very different from Lagos pricing. Like, shout out to all my wonderful Ibadan vendors that give us great prices at affordable costs. But the question now is this: is it like a criteria? People say, oh, when bringing from Lagos, Lagos is the hub, Lagos is where you get everybody, Lagos is this. And for me, I think that hi everybody, good morning. I think that it's important to kind of weigh the costs. So when you started the plan, did you always have like a geographical location of where the vendors will come from, or it depends on like what we discuss?
Okay, well, I made a post recently. The clients, or you, my bride, you have some preferred vendors, and you mentioned earlier that for me to bring a vendor and you choose that person instead of the person you had in mind, you must have done some serious work.
Yeah.
I'm sure people are like that because you just want to work with people that you trust. So, location. Well, there are vendors that travel to Canada to work.
Yes,
So if it's someone that you really, really want, you bring the person into your town. But location wise, I don't really think of location. I first think of delivery. Like how well can this vendor deliver? And then if it's possible for us to work out logistics, why not if it moves the person? But at the same time, Ibadan is a very lovely place. What do you mean?
that's why I'm saying that for me, the issue people always have is because they see Ibadan, the only thing that comes to their mind is brown roof, ancient of days, and they don't think that. And I tell people the biggest and greatest of producers of photographers or videographers, a lot of them, if they're not from Ibadan, probably come from Abuja or like Ogun State. Everybody comes to Lagos because Lagos is like the Dubai of everybody.
So should I tell you something about
Yeah,
Ibadan? I don't have accurate figures, but there are a lot of Ibadan people in Lagos. I mean, we just moved our talent to that
yeah,
place. So same Ibadan person.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I know particular like it charges more for events in Ibadan than it does for in Lagos because Lagos is competitive. Everybody is a planner, everybody is a vendor, everybody is a caterer, everybody is a this, everybody is a that. But in Ibadan, I mean, the market just doing things like this, like trust me, wedding planner, hiring a wedding planner, leaving your stress, them allowing somebody or a company to take the stress off you. So it's not as competitive as it is in Lagos.
wow.
So yes, if you're getting married in Ibadan, I suggest that you use Ibadan planners. So I said Ibadan planners, Ibadan windows,
But
because we have a lot of them that can deliver, and you know that.
my sister, the more the better for me though. Like I just always think that way. Then I want to talk about like the amount of, how do I call it, train. Some people will say they have 10 girls, 10 guys, right? Some people have, now there was one wedding I think I and my mom were watching one day. I think they had almost 50, almost 50. Let me count. So the bridesmaids in themselves were 9. The flower girls were about 11. Then
That's 20.
the baby brides were like, I think 6. That minus like the little brides. I'm talking about bride meaning like, so these replicas of small children and girls, they had a replica in boys too.
Oh,
So I think
I see.
they took the first 6 to 7 rows of the church on both sides because they were a lot. Is it
Okay.
more money, more problem? More people, more people,
Oh well.
more people on your bridesmaids. It looks very glam for the gram, but the how to manage it? How do you?
Well, people.
Timmy said, Timmy said that's the account of everyone at my wedding.
Oh well, different strokes for different folks. So yes, you said how do we manage people like that? Or
Like, how do you manage that kind of number?
she wanted it, and but that's a lot actually. I mean, but well, if they were not on the train, they probably have been guests. So it's just that they are playing a different role.
True though. True though. True
So
though.
that will manage them and just make sure that they're giving preferential treatment, and maybe did they have like a dance or a
They didn't
special
have anything.
choreography
They
or
didn't
something?
even dancing. It was I can send you the link on YouTube.
Oh, please do.
Yeah,
I'd like to watch.
it's hilarious. To be very sincere, it's frustratingly hilarious. But
They will need
what do
to
you say?
control the children. They will need a lot of people to manage the children
The children were
because I
just
mean,
everywhere. Like one even cried into the all.
oh. And it's possible that she has a large family or she has a lot of friends that she couldn't just say no to
I
them. Or she just dreamt that she have a very long train. And it'd be lovely for pictures too.
Now,
So,
so we're talking about vendors. So I'm gonna quickly run back to vendors for 1 minute. So like we had a conversation where we're like, oh, this is what we were. These are people that I have in mind. The people that I want to work with. The people I like. But when the reality of the price sets in, as the planner,
eh,
how do you sort of balance with your bride in the sense of let me imagine that I want this Olasoge. I like her work. But because she's the only one that has a license to do how she does her stuff, I can't take her stuff and give someone else to remake for me. And I'm like, this is the person I want. But in reality, the price that I put for my budget, and you talk about budgeting before, so you and the second question would be, do you budget before you made the planner, or do you budget after you made the planner? Then the second one is, when you already set yourself to, these are the vendors I want to use, how do you kind of bring them down to reality of this is the amount you actually have?
Let me answer the budget question first. So we have different kind of clients anyways. There are some clients that will just come to you and just say, I just want to get married. I don't even want to know what's happening. Any amount you say that I should bring, I'll give you. Tell me to bring $20 million. And there are some clients that I'm just saying, well, they have the money.
I'm already thinking of how many houses I'll buy with that $20 million.
Oh my God. And there are some that, yes, they want something classy and intimate, and they don't mind spending, but they don't want to go over, but they still want to have savings after the wedding. I mean, and there are some that they have a budget, very tight budget, but the idea or the unifying factor for everybody is that everybody should be happy, or everybody should have a lovely wedding, because they don't give awards for best wedding. If you do your wedding today, there'll be somebody next week that will bring out another trend. So for your budget, you actually, when you start thinking of the fact that you get married, or you're engaged, or maybe you're proposed to, or you propose, you have in mind that you're going to make some expenses very soon. Your family has at the back of their mind that they're going to make some expenses. So you've probably been saving towards it. So you have an idea of how much you can spend or you can spare. And then at the back of your mind, okay, so let's take, for example, you say your budget is 20,000 naira, and you see something that you like, and you see that what you like is like 30,000 naira. We can come in between and look for a vendor that will do something as nice, but maybe be 25,000 naira. So just strike a balance in between. So I think I've talked about budget and the vendor that way.
So budget, do I plan before I meet you as my planner, or do I plan after?
Even if you don't plan, you have that back of your mind. Most times when I speak with my brides to be, they always say, I don't have a budget, just tell me. But they actually do, because they know by the time they see it in their mind, they know that I can't go beyond this level. So as a just spend money. Just be ready to spend money. You can, either ways, you can come to me with or without a budget. I will always help you know what's in your mind. That's one of the things that we help you do as planners. We help you figure out what is going on in your mind. So either way works fine. And then if there's a vendor that you really like, but because of budget, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's blurring out.
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, I was explaining where did I stop? Okay, yes, like there's a vendor that you really like, but due to budget constraints, there's nothing we can do about it at the moment. We could cut off from another item on the wedding list, or we look for something that is very close to it and will not make you break the bank. So the other segment, for example, you like her styles. Taking that example, you like her styles, you like what she does, but she has patents on it, so you can't take it to somebody else she will arrest all of us together. So you look for something close to it. Maybe by mentioning all these brands, I'm doing free adverts. So you look for those. I know you mentioned Shadia earlier, maybe because of the way she does it. So you can let's say substitute. Yes. I'm not saying that Diola Sego and Sadia is a disclaimer. I don't want to be intimate, but you understand what I'm trying to explain. So just look for something that that is close to you. That's what we try to do. It's a lot of work though, trying to convince a whole bride that I'm saying, darling, you really can't have this. We have to do something else. It's just being diplomatic. And then if it's something that she really, really wants, perhaps we can take from her. Maybe she doesn't really care about the cake. So we can take some money from what is meant for the cake and add it to the outfit, if it's the outfit that is a priority.
Okay, so it's breaking. So I'm hearing you in and out.
It, can you,
Hello?
can you hear me?
Okay, so I'll head her back in 1 minute. Yeah. It still falls back to what I said earlier, that cut your coat according to your material at the end of the day. Like don't yeah, so I'll add my partner back in. I Antibuki. Yeah. Cut your coat according to your material. Yes, someone is good, someone is nice. But is the person good for you? That's the question you ask yourself. Yes, they're good, they're nice, they're everything, but are they good for you? Are they meant to be at your events? Because okay, now I can hear you.
If I don't, did you end?
No, I had to cut it because I was not even hearing you and it was not moving at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when it comes to the big names, and I don't want to mention any name. The reason why I use those people is because I know they're very popular on Instagram. Yeah. But when it comes to the big names, when it comes to other vendors, like even when it comes to brands and branding, when it comes, because people are using wedding as their new brand tag of like their social class and everything. My question now is this: how do you not get swayed by the new trend or the latest thing that swings up on social media? Because to be very sincere, there's so many vendors that post amazing stuff that when you see it, you can't even ask yourself, why did I buy this gown? This is so beautiful. So how do I continually stay focused on what I've already planned and not get swayed by the Instagram life?
All right. It happened to one of my friends. I think she had to be on Instagram for a very long while. Like she just said, no, I'm not going back there again. Because anytime she opens Instagram, something new. And that's how life is actually. You always see something better or something better. You have to continuously remind yourself why you made that decision in the first place. And then another thing, that's why you have to have that period of 3 months, 6 months, 9 months to make a decision. At least 3 months before you book a vendor, before you make commitments. You want to weigh your options, you want to check everywhere. It's just like you're going to the market or you're going to the store to shop. You don't just buy the very first black dress that you see, except you've made a decision about it. You go around, check, is it your size? Does it fit your budget? Does it fit the occasion? And all of that. So if you've made up your mind about something, and maybe you've written out, okay, for my dress, I want it to be a mermaid dress, I want it to be off shoulder, I want it to have pearls, and then you just have some specific pictures that you want on the dress. And then maybe you've not bought it, maybe you just have it somewhere, like you save the picture, and then you see something else, but it's close to it, and then you can modify it actually till you give yourself okay, so let me chip this in. What I do is actually set a time frame for my brides. Like you must, okay, think throughout the month of April. Think very well. Think about the type of art that you want to buy. By the end of April, you should have bought that art. Do you understand? So that, because by May, you'll probably see another art that you want to buy. So there's a time frame that you can use to think and see and explore. And sometimes I send them ideas that, see, this is what is happening in the world. Sometimes they send me ideas, actually, because they're the ones that want to. They send it, I just saw this, I'm like, let us So one thing, or just, if you know that you get distracted easily, maybe you should unfollow, bridal outfits or wedding outfits or wedding if it's an outfit for a while. Just take your mind off it.
Mm.
That's what I suggest.
Okay. So one of the things that I know that we had a conversation was a Nigerian party is categorized with 4 guests. Your family. So there are 4 types of guests that will come for your wedding. Your family, your
Yeah,
friends,
yeah.
the semi-invited guests, and the uninvited guests. So how do you crop your number into your guest list or vice versa?
This analysis I just did, where did it come from?
It came from me going to too many weddings.
Okay. The uninvited part, well, um, that means not strictly by invitation. And to be honest, in a Nigerian setting, it's very difficult to convince the parents to have a strictly by ID kind of very, very difficult because they have a different notion. They just know we're celebrating, we're enjoying ourselves. Why cut the crowd? So how do we narrow our guest list to suit well? In this case, to suit what we want, the type of event that we want, and to suit our budget. Budget is still boils down to budget. It boils down to money.
Sure.
So there's something that I usually recommend if you find difficulty writing out your guest list. So I mean, one of the very first assignments that I give brides and grooms is to write out their guest list based on maybe where they're currently working, where the school, associations they've been in, family members, and all of that. Sometimes you feel that you know a lot of people. By the time you write it down, you might feel that maybe 5,000 guests are going to come for your wedding. By the time you write it down, maybe it's just 500. Why are you covering your face? I'm not covering you. Don't worry.
Please, don't shade me. Don't shade me for 1 minute.
It's not you. So yeah, so you can narrow it down that way. Then writing down. Then in the last 6 months, 1 year, this person that you want to invite for your wedding, have you spoken to the person? No, you want me to help you cut crowd? It's not you now.
No, I'm reevaluating.
And then, because if you want, for example, if you want an intimate event, you don't want a stranger to be so close to you while dancing, and then you're just like, who are these people around me? I don't even know them. You want your friends, you want your family members, and all of that to rejoice with you and just have fun with you. In the last 6 months, 1 year, have you spoken with them? Have you been in touch with them? And do you really think it's necessary to invite them for your wedding? Then for the semi-invited, what do you mean by semi-invited? Like maybe friends of friends.
Open messages. What do you mean by that?
You said semi-invited. I was asking who is semi-invited.
So semi-invited for me is people that you kind of invite yourself, but the reason why I use semi-invited is because some of them are like friends of friends, some of them are friends of people that you've not spoken to in a while, or old friends or like classmates and all that. For me, they're there just because you want them to be there. But let me just use that family friend. That I put them under friends. That I didn't want to put like semi-invited is more of my friend's friend or my colleague's friend or something. People that they come based on most of my classmates are married, and some of them will come for someone else's wedding. So they'll bring their husbands. I don't know them, but they're kind of one that you didn't plan for when you were all talking about weddings and stuff, and everybody's even giving birth to children. Like now, this morning, one of my classmates gave birth to a child.
Aha. Congratulations.
That kind of thing. So that's why I was asking when it comes to that part of how do you cut it. You can't tell. It was like well, how you conversation with a friend, and she was like, and you tell them not to bring their children.
I told them an event and they wanted to beat me up.
It doesn't work that way, but I get what it is, right? So it's what it is at the end of the day. So
Access.
it is. So how rounding up because it's 9:50. I wanted to ask that what were the things that you plan to share when I told you that we're going to discuss these things? What were the things that you plan to share on its own?
I was actually waiting for them to ask me questions because I mean I watched before you started and then I've been following the series that you've been doing and I said, like you said, I always say you said that I always say that you're a planner. Yes, you're a planner. You should consider it, So yeah, what did I want to share? You've talked about budgets, you've talked about did you talk about number you've talked about number of guests. Okay, yes, what you really want, what you really want for your
Yeah,
wedding.
that was the first thing I said. Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't here yet. So I mean, before we talk about money, before when during the period of consultation, I always ask, what do you really want? And
Your souvenir.
what is it?
Your what's that thing that you said? You
Vision board,
vision.
dream.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, every girl that one dream wedding, fairy tale wedding in her mind. So, but by the time reality sets in, you want to reevaluate. So, what did you really want? What did you have in mind? And then, how can we marry that with what we currently have? Then, what other thing that I want to share? Okay, you've addressed that because you knew what my the Instagram thing. Because a lot of people see what is on Instagram and they send it to you and you're like, okay, this thing, reach out to the vendor. The vendor says this thing will cost 5 million naira or so, and they run away.
Mm.
Do you understand? The client runs, maybe people, I mean, people that come for consultation. So please, my darling people and knows friends and fans, when you see something on Instagram, it is not really as it is. It looks nice and all of that because they spent money.
Mm-hmm.
They actually spent money. So you should be willing to spend. You should be willing to spend. And I'm not saying that we should put all our savings into the wedding, but well, it's just one day, and the day will not come back again. So just your very best shot. The balance. There's the balance of it's just one day, and there's the balance of okay, there's going to be life after the wedding. So just make sure that you enjoy your day to the fullest and have that at the back of your mind and put everything in place to make sure that you enjoy your day. You don't want to be stressed. You don't want to be thinking about my friends have not eaten or the DJ is doing this and that. So just try as much as possible
Please
to
don't
prepare
let's go to the what they call it, the memory of DJ, because a lot of times and just lately I'm very emotional about DJ stuff. So
talk about it. I'm sorry, but
I don't want to talk about it, Eva. But one of the things I think I've enjoyed working with you is that Moni is very detailed. Like if she gives you
hear you
February,
again. I
can you
didn't
hear
get
me?
that.
I
Okay, I
said
can
one
hear
of the
you.
things I think I enjoyed working with you is, or I enjoy working actually with you, is that you're very detailed. I like the timeline thing. I really like it because it kind of puts me on like, okay, you gotta do this quickly, right? It's not just oh go and do something or go and do the work or whatnot, but for every time you are in that place of what do you call it, of yeah, let me say you're stuck. Let's use that word. You're stuck with um how will I put it? Um or maybe I'm stuck with the kind of thing I want. Let's say I have a vision of inviting, let's say, this vendor, and she sees I'm stuck. One of the things I enjoyed the most was the fact that you always have someone that you say, okay, this person is actually good. I worked with this person. I think this person is very will make things better for the work we want to do, and that's one of the things that you don't lord. I know you have so many vendors you've worked with, but I know that you don't load the vendors on me. Let me use that word. And that's one thing plan to do. they already have in mind who they've been using since, so they will make sure, they want to make sure that they want you to use those vendors. But personally, I have not experienced that so far. Like, I've experienced that when I say, I really like this vendor, you give me reasons why, or this is why I can use this vendor, but this is another vendor that will also still deliver, and this is someone that will actually go out of their way to actually help you do something. And for me, it means that you listen a lot, right? Because if you don't listen to what your client is saying, some people just do grand master as if they are the Lord and Savior of the event.
Thank you for this feedback. I'm blushing. Thank you.
So I really think that is important, that and one thing that people don't always understand is, as a wedding planner, don't badmouth other wedding planners. Like, a lot of people do that thing. They will, because they work with someone or see someone's work and it's very good, a person is using very grand planners, they say, oh, that person, no, he won't deliver in time. No, your bride can send you um your bride can send you a vision board of another planner. Oh, I saw this thing, I really like it. Even if you've not gotten to that place, one thing I appreciate about you is you just say, no, thank you. You actually made the work easier for me. Even if you yourself might already have something else in mind, you know that we are thinking in the same direction, right? It's even from, it's like a couple of days ago, I was watching a video online, and this person, what do you call this thing?
I can hear you more.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so what I was trying to say is, there's this person that had this vision, at this wedding, and the engagements these days, DJs are playing our engagement parties. I personally don't like it. So if I'm going to work with someone that is already thinking of DJ all through the occasion for me, or all through the day for me, then what's the point? So it was really nice having everyone come on the live and talk about this. And it was really nice having Moni, the CEO of Mo Eventsville, come share out of her wealth of experience with us. It's very nice. Hi, Moni. Yeah, it was very nice having her do that, and I really learned a lot personally, and I'm still learning a lot even working with her. So you can always send her a DM. Her name is Mo Eventsville, and she does amazing work. Don't let me lie to you, she does amazing work. Also, I wanted to just go back to the things I said at the beginning of our conversation, and just for us, just to remind us, all of us, number one is have a vision for the event. Have the vision. What do you need to know? You need to first have a vision for it. Number two is get a planner, like a planner, a binder or book, and write down that plan. Because when you write it down, it kind of show, it's just like television. You go back to still watch it. You go back to still check it. Then number three is cut your quotes according to your material. It's very important, because if you don't, someone else will do it for you. So I'm going to be having a friend and sister of mine next week come still talk about what do I need to know. There'll be vlog number 2, and it'll be very nice to have people send questions before that day. I'm going to be having a very special guest that will come on the live to talk about something like this, but in a different perspective, and in the perspective of working with vendors abroad. So Moni is based in Lagos, and she's very flexible. She can work anywhere in any part of the world. I'm telling you. You just tell her where you need her to be. She's got you. And she's gonna get you the best deals. Let me tell you, no kidding. She's gonna get you the best deals. So I just wanted to also state that it is very important to pray. Prayer is very key. Pray before, pray after. Make sure that you're always praying and you always have God in mind in everything you do, so that In all your ways, acknowledge him and he will direct your path. This is not too small for God. When you tell him what you need him to do, he will surely direct your path. God bless you. Thank you very much. And I'll see you next week on another episode of What Do I Need to Know? Thank you. Bye.